What is up, y'all? So today les voy a enseñar how to make caldo de pollo. And this is just gonna be a homemade, from kind of pretty much from scratch. Just just gonna whip it together and show you guys how I make it pretty much. All right? Nothing too major, nothing too big. So let's go ahead and just get started. That's what you'll need. You're gonna need some potatoes, onion, garlic, cilantro, carrots, some Mexican squash, some tomatoes, bell pepper, optional, and some celery, some chicken broth, and obviously your chicken. So you want to make sure that you thoroughly rinse your veggies and you wash your hands before you get started. All right. So first, what you want to do is you're going to put your chicken to boil. I used the boneless chicken breast that just comes in the frozen bag. So I just put it in here with some water and I'm going to let it boil. And the seasoning that I used is Chef Meritos Tenderizer, the Ablandador Sazonado. This one. You guys, if you haven't used this one, or if you haven't tasted your chicken with this seasoning, I'm sorry. I'll go back for you. And while you wait for your chicken to boil, you're just going to chop up your veggies. Wait, I'm gonna say like Pontiac. Oh, Family Channel. I'm just gonna rough chop this like so. And just wash your fingers. Isaiah, deja tu hermano. So really, like, no specific size, because you're gonna blend it. I'll show you. I got you, girl. Don't worry, I got you. Stop panicking. Stop. All right. Guess who didn't think this through? Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm going to use the lid for the actual pot. Gotta put the veggies because we're letting that boil first, so I have nowhere to move this. Okay. And I kept the little leaves of the celery because, I don't know, I like the taste of, I don't know, just why not use it? More flavor! Okay. Next! I'm gonna do onion.
Oh.
And measurements, y'all. I mean, if you've seen any other Mexican cook, you're gonna hear the same thing. Measurements, I le tanteas, like, when to add more or less or how much of what. So I le tanteas, just, So pretty much that's how I cook. That's how I like to cook. I don't do much baking because of that, because I don't like measuring. I throw and go. That's my motto. And so I'm using about half of that red onion right now. And the onion, I mean, you can pretty much use whichever one you want. I know my mom usually uses white. So, but I don't have white right now. We had all these reds, so cost efficient. You're gonna use what you got. You're not gonna go out and okay. Si tienes dinero así, if you have that kind of money, then go for it, girl. Do your thing. But onion, same thing as the celery. You're just gonna rough chop that bee right there. So just don't let it get to you. It's okay. It's okay. Cry it out. It's okay.
Oh, come on.
Alex, you want to come out in my video?
What?
You want to come out in my video?
No.
I'm recording.
I know.
See those fine dicing, shopping skills. You got that? It's like nah. Did that. So who saw? Sorry, let me be proper for a second. Who saw Queen's? I don't know if she put it on her video on her YouTube, but I have her on Insta, and I don't on Instagram, and she put that she gave Clarence a paper that said, "Do you like me? Yes or no?" You know, like back in school. And she slipped it to him, and then she was in the bathroom, and he slipped it back to her, and he wrote on it. It said, so it said, "Do you like me?" And then it said yes or no, and he didn't and then it said circle one. He didn't circle other. What he did is he wrote on it. He said, look on the back of the paper, and he wrote, I think he put something like, "No, I freaking love you." But he put, "I freaking love you," and she was like, "Oh, I do." So I think they're like they're starting to come out about them, you know, being a thing or whatever. And then on one of her Instagram lives, I guess she slipped up and called him her man. So you know. So, onion. Rough chop that girl too. Because look, I have these pieces. And I have these little pieces. So, it really doesn't matter. What else is going in there? The tomato. Mr. Roboto. Look at that double chin coming in clutch. Show miss no show. Skin coming off of it. Okay, so you cut off the butt. Ooh, girl, these are red. Oh man, I missed the trash bag. Alright, so same thing, homegirl. Rough chop that beef. And especially if it's mushy, like, I mean, I guess it's good because you want to, like, for what you're using it for is whatever, but this is why I don't like tomatoes. Like, I used to, like, not eat them on anything. Burgers, nothing. Yeah, tomato, no thank you. No thank you. Tomato what? No thank you. Because it's just, like, firm, die. But when they're like all mushy and like boronosos, like they're like, you know how they feel like kind of like foamy? I don't play that. I don't play that game. So say you're just gonna rough chop her. Rough chop. Little pieces, big pieces. Like if you're not gonna like blend it and you're gonna leave it in there, then probably smaller pieces. But it's all getting blended, so have fun with it. Do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. Stop. No, he's sleeping. He's asleep. You guys, I kind of been feeling myself, like, and I'm not like saying like feeling myself, but like I've been feeling myself like who I like. I've been feeling back to who I am. You get me? Like feeling myself again. Yeah. Like back, like myself back in the day, like before any like worries or like problems, you know, which is good. Which is good. Happiness is good, right? I mean, I'm not saying I ain't stressed. I'm still stressed, but I'm not like, you know, like miserable like, anymore. You feel me, dog? So you're pretty much gonna do that to all your tomatoes. And I'm using these 4 small ones. I have more if I'm gonna need more, but for now that's all I'm using. Because you can always add. Like my grandpa said, you can always add. But you can't take it back out. Like salt. If it need, girl, you stick with it needing salt. Because if you add too much, you can't take it out. You can't. So, yeah. It's the motto you want to live by when you're cooking. Chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it up. I'm probably going to get another pot going on the fire for like the veggies, because the chicken takes a minute to cook and boil. All right. It's not cold outside, but Isaiah has a cold. My throat's kind of, feeling a little iffy. Jonathan's getting sick, so. And Jonathan doesn't even like Caldo, but he asked for it, so. He must be feeling under the weather. Oh, Alex, I see you.
Hi.
Alright. You guys, we found some throwback videos of ourselves. Of like us, like the kiddos back in the day. And y'all, where has the time gone? We were all skinny, looking good. Looking like we were kind of malnourished compared to now. And we were so goofy. We were dying laughing. Like, what were we thinking? What were we doing back in the day? Good times, good old times. And we used to record ourselves, y'all. We never, like, we would record ourselves and just save it, and we never, like, posted it anywhere. Partly because, like, most of those recordings were, like, embarrassing, but we saved them. Imagine, like, if we were posting them, like, here on YouTube, like, that's what I was telling my sister. I was like, imagine, like, if we had posted all these videos, like, where do you think we would be right now, like, with our lives? But everything happens for a reason, y'all. Like, I remember back when we would record those videos, like, we only knew YouTube for, like, music videos. That was it. Like, we didn't even know people, like, would, like, for funny fail videos and stuff, but, like, not like now, like, where there's vlogging and there's just, like, it's so diverse now. That's crazy. And we just, like, we didn't care back then. Like, now, like, it's like, should I post this? Like, what are people gonna think? What are people gonna say? And that's why I posted my latest, like, my embarrassing video. Because, like, back then, we didn't care. We were happy. Like, we didn't care. So now I'm, like, back to, like, I don't care. Like, y'all, people are gonna judge you and make fun of you regardless. So just do what makes you happy. Like, what? Because at the end of the day, they're judging you, but if you're happy, who cares? You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why I'm feeling myself again. Like, why I'm just like, I'm gonna do me, whatever, Whatever. Which is good. Now I remember my cousin, one of my older cousins, he told me one time, like, I don't even remember what happened, but I just remember him telling me this. He's like, I started being happy when I just started not giving a family channel about anything. He's like, when you just don't, like, you're like, okay, like, you don't care, but you care, And now I see what he meant. Like, back then I was young and I was like, so you don't care, you do care. But now I get it. I missed that one too. Now I get it though. I'm like, I see you, cousin. I see you. I see what you mean. Do you guys have those moments where, like, someone gave you advice one time and you were like, what? Like, you're crazy, and, like, later on you're like, those aha moments? Aren't those the best? So I'm just gonna gonna do here. We're gonna think smarter, not harder. Take this bag. Put the trash in there. Now with the morning with the bell peppers, I'm gonna save one to put in after, like it's all done. I'm gonna dice that one up nicely. But these three, I'm gonna also do what I did with the other veggies, and I'm just gonna rough chop, and we're gonna boil these three too. Alright. I'm just gonna.
Who has been eating candy?
I'm assuming you. Leave me alone.
Alright.
No candy.
No candy, not right now. And we're just gonna add her in there. Who watches the Murillo twins? They're more of a girly channel, I want to say, because they're more about like makeup and fashion and all that. But they do vlogs too, and they're pretty lit. Like they're a lit family. Like they remind me of us, of our family, kind of. What, baby? Alex, can you unbuckle him, please? And they do vlogs and stuff. And then one of the twins, because I think they're around like my age, if not maybe younger. I don't know. I know they're like in their 20s.
Day 1.
They're in like their 20s, yeah.
3.
And one of them has 2 little boys. And then the other twin is, you know, she doesn't have any kids, but she has a boyfriend. And Manda, go ask Daddy if you can have your ice cream.
Daddy, can I have my ice cream? Bye.
And so the one with the kids, she's like, and you guys should go to, like, if you guys are like more interested in the story, because I'm just like, you know, kind of like gossiping right now. But you know, we're cooking, like, I get chismear when you're like making food. And anyways, so she's like not with her baby daddy, like there was issues there, and she has like a whole story to like about that. But she had another boyfriend that, you know, like they've been together for a minute. Like he got to meet her kids, and he was around her family and stuff like that. So they were together for a good minute because she didn't let him come around her kids.
Papa. I gave it to him.
Ask Dad.
Come on, first.
Like she didn't just let him come around her kids like right off the bat. Like she wanted to make sure that whoever comes around her kids and like her kids get to know like it's something like serious and real, right? So like she thought it all the way through, and he went through the distance, you know, because he has a little girl too. So he like waited the time that she wanted him to wait before he even got to like go to her house, you know. And so, you know, yada yada yada, they're dating. Well, just recently she broke up with him because he was creeping on her, because it was a long distance relationship. She lives in Sacramento, California. Okay, okay, you can have it. Open it.
Okay, I'll open it. But Liz said yes. So I think I'll open it.
You know, they had a long distance relationship.
Here, let me do it.
Because he was living in Texas and she was living in
Liz
Sacramento.
said yes, so yes.
So he would come down and see her like every other weekend or stuff like that. And come to find out, he was creeping on her like with. Hey, you don't need to scream. Okay? Isaac, stop. Hey, stop or you're not going to have candy. he was creeping on her with not just like one or two girls, like multiple girls. And once one came out and like, cause
You always give him junk food every day, right?
Okay, come here.
I guess they were, you know, like
Why you always like to give him junk food, right?
the girls were just quiet about it because like they were like, well, it's none of my business. But they, you know, like they knew they were like the side girls.
Oh, because no one
And
wants to
until one girl came out, and it was one of his exes that he was still hitting up. She came out, and she messaged the twin, and she was like, "Yo, like I just needed to tell you because I felt like, you know, like she was like she put herself in the same predicament. She's like, I would want to know if he was creeping on me, you know, and like homegirl twin, she wasn't mad at the girl that told her at all because like, you know, it's dude's fault. He's the one creeping, you know. He's the one that owes his loyalty to her, not the girls. But the girl was more loyal to her by telling her. So she breaks up with him, and like she starts like putting it out there. And then when she put it out there, like multiple girls started coming out and like messaging her with like receipts about him like trying to like be with them, and like when he's not with her, he's trying to see other girls. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But like she's strong and she has support. It just, you know, I feel like it would suck because she put so much time and effort, like especially if she was trying to be so careful with her kids, like, and he has a kid, so like I don't understand why he would do that, because he has a little girl, and like he should understand, you know, especially about like certain people coming around your kids. And if Brittany was going through all those extents of making sure that whoever came around her kids was good people, so I think that's what hurt her the most, besides, you know, being cheated on. And she's pretty, like it just goes to show like dudes don't know when they got a good thing. And he was like trying to jumpstart his like music career. He was like posting on SoundCloud, and like the twins, they have a good following. So turns out he was just a clout chaser trying to, you know, get his music out there through her, which is sad because he was just using her. And it's like she invested her time, her heart in him, and he was nothing. Like, sad. But she's bouncing back, and she's like, whatever, dude, like you missed a good thing, which is a good mentality to have, instead of like being sitting there like, what did I do, you know? Alright, so I'm gonna finish cutting up this bell pepper, and for now this is the only veggies you're gonna put into the pot to blend. So let me finish cutting up this bell pepper, and I'll show you what it looks like and what you're gonna do with them after you're done chopping them up. Alright, so I'm back. I cut up my squash, and this one I did not just rough chop it because this is not being blended. It's actually going to go in the caldo like that. So I just cut it up, you know. I used 2 little squash, and I also cut up those 2 potatoes that you guys saw, and these I kind of cut them medium size, not big, not small, medium size, so that they cook fast, but not too small, so that they're not, you know, too small in the caldo, because you still want, you know, to be able to bite into the potato. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the potato in the boiling water of the chicken, because the chicken's almost done cooking. That way we can start up our potatoes, the cooking process, because you know those can take a little bit as well. And it'll also get the flavor of the chicken water and, you know, the seasoning that we put in there. Y aguas porque te quemas. So you're just going to add that in there. And let's see. It's an avalanche of potatoes everywhere. So we'll just add that and let those cook while the chicken finishes cooking. Now the chicken, you want to just make sure that it's fully cooked, and then you're gonna take it out, and I'll show you guys what you're gonna do with it next. Okay, so now one by one or by a bunch, whatever, however you want to do it, you're gonna start taking out the chicken, and it's still hot, as you can see the steam, and you're just gonna kind of rough chop it, or you could even shred it if you want. But I'm just gonna cut it in strips, and then I'm going to cube it. You're just gonna have little pieces like so. And it's all fully cooked, it's white. So right now you can actually taste the chicken if you want to see if it needs more flavor or if it's salty, you know. But as I'm cutting it, I'm just gonna be putting it onto this plate because we're actually not going to use all of that water. So while we're doing this, the potatoes are cooking in that water. So that water is still on. And we don't want this piece in there. It's like that nervy part. We don't want that. So this gives you a chance to actually look through it as well. Make sure that, you know, you can enjoy every bite without being scared or without biting into a nasty part and being like, ugh. Because then that just kills the whole plate for you, you know? You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. So I'm just going to continue doing that to all of the chicken. And you're just going to, you know, like, cut it up. And let your potatoes cook. And I'll see you guys after that. Alright, so now that you took out your chicken. Okay, I need to flip the camera. Take out your chicken. Your potatoes are cooked. Chicken's cooked. Turn this back on. You drain the water. You're going to take this veg, these, the bell pepper, the tomatoes, the onion, the garlic, and the celery. We're just going to dump that bad boy in there. So you're just going to add it all in there. You're going to stir it around, and you're going to let it simmer. And then you want to add your seasonings on here. So let me go ahead and get my seasoning. So you're just going to add about a table of chicken bouillon.
When he does this, I don't know, like doing this, and it hit 2 million views, and mostly everyone thought it was funny, but
now
I
it's
think
creepy?
it was terrifying, because it was like, with the doll hand, it went like, but with the guy, it felt kind of, why was it talking?
So you just add the seasoning onto here on top of this, and you stir it around, and see that water. So the tomatoes, the bell pepper, they're all just gonna start releasing their own juices. So you don't need to add any water or anything, not yet. So you're just gonna let it simmer as it releases its juices, like so. Yeah, just let it simmer. While that's simmering, I'm cutting my carrot, and the carrot, cutting it diagonal like so. So this is going to go in afterwards with the zucchini. So we're not going to blend this. So you want to cut this how you actually want it, you know? And you can look at that. I haven't added any the water, any juice, anything. All I did was add the cilantro, which is this right here. Look at all the juices it's releasing on its own. And just let it keep simmering, keep simmering, keep simmering. So after you let it simmer for a little bit, and then the juices kind of start to dry up, go out, whatever, you add a little bit of water. I added about 4 cups to the amount that I'm making, and now you want to blend it. So you more than likely want to blend it in 2 batches, just so that it doesn't, you know, overfill and burn you. So I'm going to blend my first batch, and then I'm going to throw in the second batch and blend it all together. So after you blend it, you'll taste it. You want to taste it to see if it needs any salt, but this is what it's going to look like. Look at that. And now you'll want to add your carrots in there, and then you're going to add some water. Okay, so after you add your chicken and your potatoes, you bring it to a boil. After you add your chicken, potatoes, and carrots, you bring it to a boil. Check your carrots. Once those are semi-soft, or however you like them, if you like them still a little crunchy. So you kind of just go based off that, and then once you're okay with your carrot consistency, you're going to add the zucchini and the bell peppers, and those you don't want to cook it too long. Probably just let it simmer for about 5-10 minutes if you don't want them too soggy. And that's pretty much it. And then I went ahead and I cut up some cilantro, some jalapeno, some onion just to top it off, dress it. And then there's limes. And that's pretty much it. I'll show you the finished product.
This is the finished product.
Mom.
Yes, baby.
Look.
Ask Dad if he can open it. I can't open it.
Oh, look.
Oh, it's not. Look at that.
La protagonista de mi nueva historia, la que es buena amante si estamos a solas, la que en días felices siempre está presente y gasta su tiempo solo en complacer.